Welcome, everybody. It is 6 o'clock here in South Carolina, so we're going to get started with this Veterans Yoga Project class. Tonight's or this afternoon's practice is going to be one of activating breath and followed by some opening stretching movements. So we're going to be doing some postures for opening the body. And so please, as always, remember that it is your practice. You're going to listen to the wisdom of your body and do what is right for you based on the wisdom of your body, following the intuition and supporting yourself in your practice, having whatever gear you need, blocks, straps, bolsters, blankets, eye shades, whatever you need available to support yourself, having that available first. Remembering that whatever I'm doing here is an offer or suggestion or an invitation, and that you can modify in any way at any time, come out of any posture at any time, take any alternate posture at any time. Listening to yourself and doing yourself, recognizing that the only requirement for you is to be present and to breathe. We're going to do all 5 practices here. We're going to start and find ourselves here with a little landing, and then we'll raise some gratitude and set an intention. And then we will do some activating breath. And then we move to the mat and do some movements, which involve stretching and opening the body. And then we will come into our guided rest. So we will cover all of those. And hopefully in the course of that, you will align your body and your mind via the breath, through the breath. And the breath will be used to bridge or yoke your body and mind together. And you will approach something like a meditative state. That is the goal. So let us start by centering and landing in this place. Come into this place, come into this space. Find yourself in your supported posture, whatever that means to you. Maybe you're seated in a chair with your feet flat on the floor, ankles underneath the knees hip distance apart. Maybe you're seated on a bolster or a blanket or your mat, and you're some form of cross-legged posture. Maybe you're lying on your back with your legs up the wall. But however you find yourself supported in this moment, remember, support precedes action. Find your supported posture. And then feel into the sensation of whatever part of your body is in contact with something. Feel that sensation of contact, and the sensation of contact in your body. Feel that as connection. Where are you connected to the earth? And then open your awareness to the possibility, perhaps, that that connection to the earth is support. What is it like to feel into the possibility of being supported in this moment? What is it like to feel into the possibility that support is always available in this moment? And then imagining you had roots and you could extend roots through whatever part of your body is in contact with the earth. Extend roots down into the earth and anchor yourself in steadiness and sureness. And then as you anchor down, I invite you to lengthen through the side body, lengthen through the spine, lengthen through the crown. Tuck the chin slightly, feel the length in the back of the neck, and then feel the full length of the spine from the base to the crown. Notice that as the spine aligns, the vertebrae fall into place. Perhaps you feel the energy body come online. Perhaps you feel the chest expand and the heart open. Just notice what you feel as you find that alignment and lengthening through the spine. And then staying rooted down and staying lengthened, I invite you to float your hands to your chest in a way that most brings your awareness to your heart space. Maybe place your left hand over your heart, your right hand over your left, or bring your hands to prayer. However your hands are, bring your awareness and your intention into that heart space. Closing your eyes if you're comfortable doing so, or narrowing your gaze to something not moving just beyond the tip of your nose. But whether your eyes are opened or narrowed, turn your attention inward to your heart space. And I invite you to allow to arise in your heart space any one thing that you are grateful for, any one thing that speaks to you of gratitude, maybe just the possibility of gratitude. see it clearly in your mind's eye, honor it and acknowledge it. And then anchor whatever it is you're grateful for right there at the center of your being, at your heart space. Imagine you could cleave that gratitude to your heart space so that it is always present there. And then having established support and allowed gratitude to arise, I'll invite you, if you choose, to set an intention for your practice tonight. Perhaps just a simple intention to keep your gratitude centered, or maybe even a simpler intention to just be in your breath. Whatever your intention, I invite you to say it to yourself clearly. Hear it in your mind's ear as if you stated in a declarative voice, as if it is already done. And then as you exhale, if you like, allow your chin to drop toward your chest and bow to your grateful, intentional heart and offer a benediction to seal your intention. Namaste. And releasing the hands to the knees, staying lengthened through the crown, staying rooted in the sits bones. We're going to begin with a breath to get us activated in this seated, calm, supported posture. So we're supported, and now we're going to activate. We're going to do a bellows or Bhastrika breath, which involves utilizing the diaphragm with a little bit of energy on the exhale, as if you're pulling your belly button back down towards your spine. And that the release of the diaphragm allows the inhalation to come. Now remember, the inhale and the exhale are the same length and the same volume of air. So while we may sound like we're exaggerating the exhale, in point of fact, we're just utilizing the breath for focus. We're going to breathe in and out through the nostrils, and we're going to be here for a short period of time. So find in this practice three things. The first, the body is very still. So if you find that you're rocking, or your nose is crinkling up, or your head is bobbing, you're probably working way too hard. So the body is very still. And the awareness is on the breath in the nostrils and the diaphragm pumping. And the focus is at the brow point if your eyes are closed, or at the tip of the nose if your eyes are narrow. So everyone's pace is different. Part of this is to be able to hear your breath, to listen to the rhythm of your breath, and to begin to find the rhythm of your breath, which may be very different than mine. So find your seated posture, lengthen, hands on the knees for support, and then take the hands up from the shoulders at a 60-degree angle or thereabouts. So something like there, maybe, and palms forward. And then you can fold the knuckles of the forefingers down to the top of the pad. So you're not making a fist, you're just what we used to call Kung Fu knuckles. And the idea of the arms and the finger and the hands is to just keep you aware. If your arms get tired, you can release the arms. You have options. Always support yourself in your practice, right? So whether you're using the arm position or not, body still, gratitude is anchored at the heart space. We take a full inhalation, and then we begin our practice. Now I'm exaggerating a little for effect. Maybe you can hear for yourself. And I'm doing like 1 breath per second. And again, not overdoing it here. No stress, no strain, no overexertion. We're just focusing on the breath and breathing. Body is still. Awareness is on the breath in the nostrils and the diaphragm moving. Focus is at the brow point if the eyes are closed, or at the tip of the nose if the eyes are narrow. And we're just staying here. So notice the tendency of the mind to wander. Know that that's okay. That's normal. The mind wanders by nature. And when we notice the mind has wandered away from our focus, we just bring it back. Breath in the nostrils and the diaphragm. Finding our rhythm, finding our pace, finding our breath. Being very still. Just breathing in and breathing out. Not overdoing it. Not overthinking it. We lose our rhythm, we just come back to it. If the arms stop to drop, we need to drop, support ourselves, we do that. Otherwise, we notice what's happening. We keep the arms lifted and the body extended, while simultaneously rooting, being very still. Last 30 seconds. Your rhythm, your pace, your breath. Take a full inhale, release the fingers long, extend. Lift from the base of the spine, lift from the pelvic bowl, lift from the heart, lift from the fingers. And then exhale, gently let the arms float down to the knees. Let the shoulders relax, tuck the chin slightly. Be very still. Release any shaping of the breath. Release any thought and analysis of the practice. Just notice whatever has shifted for you. Notice what adjustment has been made to your state, your mind state, your body state, your spirit state. Let everything settle and be still for a moment. Take a full inhalation. A complete exhale. A full inhale. A complete exhale. One more time here. Full inhalation. And a complete exhale. Extend the exhale, let it all go. Let all that go. That's done. And now we're going to move to the mat and to begin to lengthen the body. So we're going to start on our bellies, on our mat. So come all the way down to the mat on your belly. And bring the arms back by the hips, palms up. And take the tops of the feet and place them on the mat while extending through the toes. So maybe feel the knees lift as the legs engage and then relax. And then your chin, your nose, or your forehead will be at the mat. And we're just going to start here by lengthening. So imagine you could lengthen through the toes and through the fingers and through the crown simultaneously, while everything is on the mat. So lightly touching at the nose, back of the palms, tops of the toes. Find your length in the side body here. Breathe. And then we're going to add. Inhale the right heel and the right calf and the right thigh. Keep the leg long. Breathe in and extend. And then exhale, bring the right leg down. Inhale the left heel, the left calf, the left thigh. Continue to breathe as you lengthen long. And then slowly lower the left leg. Progression here. Inhale the right leg and the crown of the head. So we're lifting the sternum or the upper chest off of the mat, staying long through the leg, long through the crown, noticing as we begin to breathe how we might rock a little, utilizing the back of the palms for stability and support, just finding length. Inhale here, exhale, lower the leg and the nose. Inhale, left leg and the crown. Find length. Don't overdo it, just lengthen. So imagine that as you lengthen through the toes and the crown, you find some elevation. Rather than trying to lift so much, try to lengthen and imagine that you're finding the elevation you want. And then exhale, lower down. And then bring the hands underneath the shoulders. And we're going to begin here. Press through the toes and the tops of the feet. Feel the knees engage and lift. Bring the elbows toward each other at the lower back, as if the elbows can move toward the hips. And then lift the crown. Lift the chest and sternum. And maybe little to no pressure in the hands. Maybe even pick up the hands if you like, or maybe just light pressure in the fingertips for support to find our baby cobra. Keep moving the elbows toward the hips, lengthening through the crown and bringing the heart forward. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Notice the tendency to retreat and bob and rock a little bit on the inhale and exhale. Let's see if we can eliminate that. Stay lifted. And then slowly lower down. Walk the hands out in front of you and bring the elbows underneath the shoulders. So rotate the elbows inward as if you could pull your elbows toward each other underneath the shoulders. Check your posture here. Now press into the tops of the feet, let the knees engage, and then lift the crown here. So now we're lifting the crown, the chest, and the belly. Maybe your navel comes up off the mat. Breathing here, continuing to bring the heart forward. So imagine you can press the elbows into and away from your hips. Find your length. Keep the chin and the sternum or the top of the chest in alignment. So not scrunch the back of the neck here. Keep the chin parallel to the mat so that the neck stays long and loose. Our Sphinx pose here. Just opening the front of the body here, inhale. And then as you exhale, go ahead and release the head and rotate the elbows outward. Bring the palms, left palm under the right, palm stack, forehead comes to the back of the right palm. And then wiggle your elbows back toward your shoulder, your palms back toward your shoulder so that the top of your spine, your shoulders begin to round a little bit. So your chest is off the mat. And because you're bringing the elbows and hands back toward the chest, the chin is beginning to move towards the chest. The top of the shoulders are rounded. This is your Sphinx pose modified. And then if you want to continue to move here into your crocodile pose here modified. If you want to continue to move into crocodile, go ahead and let the toes move to the outer edges of the mat and the heels move toward each other, toward the inner edges. So you're bringing your heels together with your toes outward, rotating the feet in that awkward way. You're breathing into the belly if you can, opening through the upper chest. Posture is wonderful for digestion. Relax, press through the ball of the foot so that the knees are engaged and the heels are in touch. Feel that length, and then tuck your shoulders, unroll your shoulders under. Release the feet, tops of the feet to the mat. Lift the head, rotate the elbows so the hands come out in front of you. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Bring the elbows toward the hips. Curl the toes. Press into the ball of the foot and the heel. Feel the extension here. Feel yourself engaged. Press through the fingertips and the heel of the palm. Feel yourself engaged. And then slowly press your chest up. Come up onto your knees. Bring your knees underneath the hips, your palms underneath the shoulders, and come into your table position. Long crown, long hips. Lengthen through the arms. Rotate the elbows inward toward each other. Lengthen through the tops of the feet. Extend through the toes, so you feel the length of the leg. And then we're going to begin some cow-cat posture here. So on the cow posture, our inhale, the belly will drop, the lower spine will arch, the heart will come forward, and the crown will lift. So again, we're not scrunching the back of the neck. The spine stays neutral. We're just arching at the lower back and letting the crown lift. The sternum and the chin maintain their relationship. And then on the exhale, we're going to round the spine and bring the biceps to frame the ears, tucking the hips under. And then we're going to move with breath. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the crown, heart forward. Exhale, round the spine, release the head and ears. Move with your breath. Your rhythm, your breath. Your pace, breathing in and out through the nostrils, listening to the rhythm of the breath. Add a little tension at the back of the throat in the glottis, which will have the effect of making the breath audible. And then listen to your breath and find the rhythm. Beginning to align breath with movement. And the basis of yoga here. Opening the body. Couple more. On your next inhale, come back long, neutral. And then press the hips back toward the heels on the exhale. Coming into your wisdom pose or child's pose. The hips come back to the heels. The fingers walk along. This is extended child's pose or extended wisdom pose. Let the forehead drop toward the mat. Feel the release in the lower back. Breathing here. Full inhalation. A complete exhale. A full inhale. A complete exhale. On the inhale, come back forward into table. And then we're going to add a little bit of a twist here. So take your right arm off the side of your mat, 90 degrees, extend it out at shoulder height. As you inhale, rotate your torso to the right. Maybe your right arm rises. As you exhale, thread the needle. Bring the right hand behind the left wrist or left elbow. Drop the back of the right palm to the floor or the mat, and then drop your right temple, your right ear, your right cheek, and your right shoulder to the mat. This is the beginning of your little twisted posture here, twisting at the shoulder, working from the abdomen, relaxing through the temple and the ear. If you like, walk your left hand out to the top of the mat. Maybe pop up on your left fingertips, feel the length underneath the left arm. Maybe, if you like, take your left arm high or behind the body in a bind, little half bind here. Just feeling into this opening in the right shoulder and the right side body. Breathing in and breathing out. If you're in the half bind or at the top of your mat, bring your left hand underneath the left shoulder. Inhale, press back up, remove the right hand and bring it underneath the right shoulder, come back to your table. One rotation, inhale, cow, exhale, cat. Find your alignment, inhale back to neutral. And let's go to the other side. Take your left arm out parallel to the floor. Extend it from the shoulder off the long side of the mat. As you inhale, rotate your abdomen and torso to the left. And then as you exhale, thread the needle. Bring the left hand behind the right wrist, right elbow. Drop the back of the left palm to the floor. And then release your left temple, your left ear, your left cheek to the mat. Breathing here, full inhale. Complete exhale. If you like, walk the right hand to the top of the mat. Maybe press up on the right fingertips. Feel the length of the underside of the arm. Breathe in. Breathe out. Maybe take your right arm to the sky or behind you in a half bind or some version thereof, maybe not. Finding your expression here as you inhale and exhale. Be in your breath, be in your practice, be in your space. Wherever your right arm is, on your next inhale, bring it underneath the right shoulder and press. Bring the left hand out from under the body and underneath the left shoulder. Come back to your table. And then one cow cat. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, round and release. Hands and hip. Inhale to neutral. We're going to let us curl the toes of the feet. Press into the ball of the foot and back through the heel. Press into the fingertips and the heel of the palm. And then gently just lift the knees. Find this posture first. So you're balanced on the balls of the feet and the palms. And this is the beginning of our posture. And then continue as you lift the hips, straighten the legs, let the head drop. For the biceps frame the ears. So the head is dropped between the arms. The heels move down and back towards the back of the mat. Imagine the toes are moving toward the wrists and the heels are moving toward the back of the mat. And the hips are lifting high and the head is releasing. This is your downward dog. Pedal your dog, walk your dog, bend one knee, press back through the opposite heel. Switch with the breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Finding our length here. Finding our down dog. Inhale, both hip heels high. Let the head release. Exhale, let both heels go to the left as you stay long out of both arms and look up under the right armpit, perhaps. Little side opening here on the right side body. Stay long out of that right arm as well as the left so that you stay equalized and breathe. Let the hips drop. Experiment with where your hips need to be. Opening in the right side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bring the heels back to center. Let the head drop. Exhale, both heels go to the right. Stay long out of both arms. Maybe look up under the left armpit. And then find your opening in the left side of the body. A full inhale. A complete exhale. Inhale here, back to center. Hips high, heels high. Let the heels drop. And then look up between the hands. Slowly walk the hands back toward the feet. Bringing yourself into your forward fold. Maybe turn the toes in slightly so that the outside edges of the feet are parallel with the outside edges of the mat. Check your neck and notice you're probably holding the chin high. So release the ground toward the mat, the forehead toward the shins. Make the neck soft. Maybe bring your hands to your opposite elbow. Maybe press into your heels and begin to lengthen your legs. Finding your balance in 4 points of the feet. And then lengthening from the crown as you lift through the heels. Maybe switching the hands, finding the difference one side to the other. Maybe bring your hands behind your legs, grasp the opposite elbows behind the legs. Use that to support your hamstrings as you lengthen. And release the forehead toward the shins. Breathing, always breathing. Breathe deep. Deep into the lower back. Lift through the hips. Press into the heels as you straighten and lengthen. Forward fold. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Maintain your focus on your breath. Continue to breathe. Full inhalations. Now check your neck. Any tension in your neck? So gently maybe nod your head. Yes, Brian, my neck is released. Or maybe rotate your head a little side to side. No, Brian, no tension in the neck. All right, let's equalize this. Release the hands. And maybe bring the palms to the shins. And then as you straighten the elbows, lift the crown of the head till it's parallel with the mat, breathing in behind the heart. Full inhalation. And then exhale, release the hands, release the head, come back into your forward fold. And let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, flat back, breathe behind the heart. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Take your pointer and middle finger to the inside of your big toe, the thumb to the outside of the big toe. Grasp the big toe into what we call the yogi toe lock. And then inhale, flat back, breathe behind the heart. Exhale, fold the elbows away from the mat, off the long edges of the mat as you bring the forehead toward the shins. Coming into a supported forward fold. Continue to press back through the heels and hips as you lengthen the legs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Full inhalation.
a complete exhale. Release the fingers in the hands. Inhale here. Exhale. Bend the knees slightly. Feel the weight engage at the heels. And then as you inhale, slowly begin to bring the torso upright. One vertebra at a time, starting at the lower back, just slowly rolling up. So the head and neck are saved for last. The shoulders come up, roll up and down. The chin comes up, the head comes up. The arms come overhead. Full inhale. And then exhale, release the hands in front of the body. Turn the palms forward, release the fingers toward the mat. And give yourself a moment to let everything settle. Notice what's happening for you. So we were in an inversion with the head below the heart. So fresh blood going to the head. Now we've come upright. We're reversing that flow. And you may feel that settling in your body. Rotate the shoulders up and down. Release the scapula, the shoulder blades. Relax the palms and fingertips. Find the 4 points of your feet. Inside and outside of the ball of the foot. Inside and outside of the heel of the foot. Soften the ankles, soften the knees, firm the hips and waist, lengthen through the side body, lengthen through the crown, tuck the chin slightly, feel the full length of the spine, and then just breathe in. Find your sense of gratitude anchored in your heart space, find your intention. Just be here for a moment on your own 2 feet. Now we're going to lengthen in the upright posture. So inhale, take the arms up and interlace the fingers and turn the palms up towards the ceiling. So the crown of your head is toward the back of your palms, the palms are toward the ceiling, the biceps frame the ears. And we lengthen through the heels and the outer edges of the ankle, up through the outside of the leg, through the hip, up through the side body, up through the shoulders and the arms, up through the palms. Full length here, full inhalation. And then exhale, release the hands, roll the shoulders, release the fingers long, come back into your mountain posture, standing on your own 2 feet. And then inhale the arms up. And then exhale, hinge at the hips and release the hands and head. Come into your forward fold. Then inhale to your flat back. And then exhale, fold. And then walk your hands out till you come to your plank posture. We're going to spend a moment here in plank. So stabilize in plank, support as you need to. So the hips are not too high in a modified down dog or too low in a modified up dog. The hips are level with the shoulders, the crown, and the heels. One long line of energy, press through the heel and into the ball of the foot. Be here. Support yourself as you need to. If you need additional support, you can come down onto the forearms and utilize the forearms and the palms to help support you. Again, hips are not too high or too low. We're just in this modified plank. Breathing here. And we're just going to hold this posture for a minute. So whether you're on your forearms or just in your plank, we're just stabilized here. Breathing in and breathing out. And notice what happens to your intention and your gratitude as you become challenged in your practice. And if there's no challenge, that's fine. The challenge is to not be challenged. If you are challenged, the challenge is to return your focus to your gratitude and to your breath. Just following the inhale in and the exhale out. Stable, steady, and sure. Inhale here, and then exhale. Bend the elbows toward the hips, slowly lower the torso, come all the way down onto the mat, and then roll to your back. Bring the hands down by the sides, palms down. Bring the heels and toes together, and then bring the knees toward the ceiling and the heels toward the hips. Now, maybe you can grab your ankles, or maybe your fingertips brush the back of your ankles, or maybe not. The hips are, the knees are in alignment with the hips. So the tendency here is for the knees to splay open. And so rotate the thighs inward so that the knees are coming toward each other and away from the face. That is your, now you can support yourself here. Palms down alongside the body, forearms down, lengthen through the crown, and then feel the full length of the spine. So imagine you pull down on your side body so your lower spine is against the mat. We're going to move into our bridge, which is our last dynamic posture. And we're going to do that by lengthening through the crown and then beginning to tilt the pelvic bowl. So we're tilting up at the sits bones, and the buttocks begin to roll up off the mat. Continue to roll up into the lower back, into the middle back, and into the upper back, lifting the belly button. Engage through the back muscles to lengthen. Let the knees move away from the face, keeping the knees in alignment with the hips. So rotating in, press into the heels and lift a little higher. Breathe here. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. Notice the tendency to rock a little bit here. So again, see if we can stabilize in the posture. Stay lifted. Maybe bring your hands underneath the body, extend the fingers, pinkies down. Maybe not. This may provide additional support and help you to lengthen so that you can stay lifted. Breathing here. Shining the heart. Feeling the length from the knees to the crown. Breathing in along the front of the body. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Check in with your intention. Check in with your sense of gratitude. Shine a little brighter, perhaps. A full inhale. If your hands are underneath the body, remove them alongside the hips. On the exhale, slowly roll down. Upper back, middle back, lower back, buttocks, pelvic bowl. Pick up the feet, bring the knees into the chest, reach up and grab just below the knees, squeeze the knees into the chest, and then just rock a little side to side. Rocking the hips. Maybe you want to rotate the knees in each direction a couple times, just releasing any tension in that lower back. And then bring the feet to the mat, and then walk the feet out to the edges of the mat respectively. So the outside of the foot is against the outside edge of the mat. Let the knees fall in. Feel the abdomen release there as active rest pose. Breathing here. And then we'll do our final twist here. So take a full inhale. A complete exhale. As you inhale, walk the feet back towards each other. And then we're just simply going to take the arms out from the side. No additional support required here. And then we'll take the right leg long and high and then cross the right leg over the left. Pressing the thighs together. So the back of the right thigh against the top of the left thigh. The right foot is outside the left calf, or maybe you have the flexibility to hook it. That's fine. Inhale here, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, think about moving the knees away from the face as you let the legs come across the body to the right. So we're dropping the knees to the right and then looking over the left shoulder, releasing the neck. The left shoulder is down and relaxed on the mat. The knees are moving away from the face, and then gravity in the weight of the legs is opening the body. Just this nice opening twist to finish up here. A gentle massage of the internal organs, a loving hug for yourself. Breathe deep into that lower left hip. On your next inhale, slowly come back to center. Take the right leg high and then long, and then bring the right knee back to the sky, right heel toward the hip. And take the left leg long and then high, and then cross the left thigh tightly over the right. Knees aligned, the foot is outside the calf or hooks. Inhale here, lengthen through the crown, and then as you exhale, let the knees come across the body to the left, taking the knees away from the face as you look over the right shoulder. And again, right shoulder's down and relaxed. Knees are moving away from the face, and then weight of the legs and gravity is doing the work to help open the twist through the hip. Feeling the breath along the front of the chest and body. And breathing deeply into that lower right hip. Again, think massage, think gentle hug for your internal organs. A full inhale. A complete exhale. As you inhale, slowly let the knees come back to center, center the head. Take the left leg high and then long. And then bring the left heel toward the hip, bring the knees into the chest, reach up and grab just below the knees. Squeeze the knees toward the chest and then lift the forehead toward the knees. Coming up into a tight little ball here. Take a full inhale. Breathe in, your practice goes deep into your soul. Breathe out, release the legs, release the crown. Let the toes fall open. Let the heels move as wide as is comfortable for you. Let your palms come down by your side, palms up. Lengthen through the crown and the heels, and then feel the side body as if you're pulling down the side body so you can feel your lower spine against the mat. And then let go. And take a moment here as we move into our guided rest to find any additional support you may want in this posture. Maybe you have an eye cloth for your eyes. Maybe you have a blanket for your body. Maybe you have a bolster for your knees, whatever you need to maybe make yourself perhaps 1% more supported. And then finding that support, that 1% more support,
Feel into that support and let go. Just let go. Be done. You're done. Be done. Allow yourself to be done. Release any shaping of the breath. Release any analysis of the practice. Release everything here. Just let go. On your exhale, just let everything go out with the exhale. The tide goes out, releasing, taking everything with it. And the inhale just comes naturally. Notice you don't have to take the breath, just allow the breath to come. Let yourself settle into rest here. Let go, be done. Let everything calm, let everything release, let everything relax. And as we move into guided rest here, we'll finish with a tracking of the body, looking for areas of constriction, contraction, tightness, and actively seeking to release and relax them. So I invite you to bring your awareness to the soles of your feet, to your toes, to the tops of your feet, to your heels, and to your ankles. And relax. I invite you to bring your awareness to your calves, to your shins, to your knees, to your hamstrings, and to your quadriceps. And release. Bringing your awareness to your hips, to your sits bones, to your buttocks, to your sacral area, and to your SI joint, and relax. Bringing your awareness to your lower back and to your abdomen, release. Bringing awareness to your ribs and to your middle back, and relax. Bringing your awareness to your upper back and to your chest, and release. Bring your awareness to your shoulders and your neck, and relax. Bring your awareness to your biceps, your triceps, your elbows, and your forearms, and release. Bring your awareness to your wrists, to the back of your hands, to your fingers, and to the palms of your hands, and relax. Bring your awareness to your jaw, to your tongue, to the muscles at the back of the throat, and to the back of your head, and relax. Bring your awareness to your nose and nasal passages, muscles and nerves behind the nose, eye sockets, eyeballs, and muscles and nerves behind the eyes, and release. Bring your awareness to your brain, to your mind, to your skull, to the place between your ears and behind your brow, and release. And then finally, bring your awareness to the crown of your head, to the space just outside and above the top of your head. And from that place, witness your entire self, your entire being on your mat in your space. And relax. And as you witness your relaxed self from this space at the crown of your head, I invite you to again allow to arise any one thing for which you are grateful, anything that speaks to your gratitude, maybe just the possibility of gratitude. See it clearly in your mind's eye. Perhaps give it a name, a color, a temperature, an aroma. Maybe put a light behind it and illuminate it. Whatever it is, see it clearly. Witness yourself resting in gratitude. And as you witness yourself resting in gratitude, I'll take this opportunity to extend my sense of gratitude to you. Thank you so much for coming and practicing, coming and sharing your practice. I'm honored to be here, truly. And I invite and encourage you to stay here in grateful rest as long as you like. And whenever you do rise, please take your gratitude and the echoes of your practice with you as you go through the remainder of your day, lifting yourself and all that you come into contact with. Have an amazing day.